Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Halo Club. My name is Chris, and today we have a lot of exciting Halo-related topics to go over. A lot of things that I thought wasn't worth to make a whole video about, but works perfectly for our podcast series Halo Club. Now, it's just gonna be me today, but we do have some very exciting topics, and as always, I pulled a couple comments from the comment section, and we'll be putting that up here on big screen. So, the very first thing of the list of things I want to discuss is, well, a big thank you. I mean, we didn't really celebrate our 6-year anniversary here on the channel, and technically it was a different channel. It was HaloFollower, but it was actually born on the day that Halo 4 was announced, and we're so close to 500,000 subscribers, and it's just insane to think that we all did this. We almost made it to 500,000 subs, and that's a crazy high record for a Halo channel, and I just want to say thank you, each of y'all, because we did this together. It wasn't just me, it wasn't just one person, this was a collaborative community effort, and it's just been such an honor. It's been a privilege to be in the position, and I'm grateful every day to be able to operate here, and it's I'm so thankful that I'm able to communicate with so many people and do something that I love so often. So thank you guys. It's been an honor. It's been so much fun. It's been a journey, and thank you guys. Thank you for the team, especially. You know, they've done such an incredible, hard amount of work in the past, and anyone that has also helped us in the past. It's just been thank you, thank you to everyone. So yeah, moving on to a few other things that we do want to discuss today, though, now that we got that message out of the way. 343 Industries has noticed the Halo community game Installation 01 and had some to say about it. I think we got a quote, I'll be reading it later. Halo coming back to the Xbox One, Halo 1, 4 and ODST, and I think Halo 3 as well. And my thoughts about this, and an epic Halo Boomco modded Nerf gun has a really cool feature. You guys are probably gonna love it, so we're gonna show that soon. And what is the moral of Halo? And so I've been a Halo fan for, I think, 14, 15 years, I think. I'm not quite sure. I should have actually figured it out before I started talking about it. But it's made me think all this time. I've never really put much thought into this. What is the moral of Halo? A really cool Reddit post just came out recently, and someone poured their thoughts about this, and so it's really cool to talk about that finally. What are we meant to learn in the Halo series? So yeah, Neill Blomkamp as well. This is actually Halo's would have been director back when the original Halo movie was in development, Halo Landfall. He had a few things to say recently, actually last week. And of course, we're going to be going over y'all's comments. So yeah, that's what we're going to be discussing today. So the very first thing I do want to talk about is the Halo movie quotes. So Neill Blomkamp, the director for District 9, was shortly before District 9 working on a Halo movie, a legitimate Halo movie. This is a very long time ago. It was called Halo Landfall. Now, I made a full video talking about this in detail, discussing how it linked up with Halo Chronicles, which seems like it was actually the spawn, the birthplace for a lot of District 9, or at least a lot of inspiration about a Marine mutating and becoming a Promethean, and you can see that in District 9. Without getting too much into spoilers, that is pretty much the plot, though. So, but yeah, it did get canceled in the end, obviously, and it gave birth to Halo 3 ODST and Halo Legends, and part 2, if you will, of Bungie's, games and Halo stuff. So, very interesting stuff there. I do recommend you to check it out if you haven't already seen it. But here is what Neill said last week. He said, "I love Halo," he noted during the AMA. Says the article. Still, but I seem to have a bad track record of turning existing franchises into films. Haha. Do I love the world? Master Chief, Reach, the Colonies, the Flood, the Covenant? Yes. Am I going to end up directing a piece of that world? Probably not. Meaning no one is asking me. So, in summary, no one's asking Neill yet to make another Halo movie, or attempt to. But here's some good news here. Frank O'Connor on Twitter responded, "Well, we love Neill Blomkamp and the worlds he built, and we'd be delighted to working with him again one day. Also, he's a top bloke." So yeah, it seems that at least Frank O'Connor, someone at 343, is open to the idea of another Halo movie. What do you guys think? Do you think Neill should get another chance at working at the Halo movie? The directing style, by the way, was very interesting and unique. I do think if y'all haven't seen it yet, District 9, it really does pay tribute to Halo in a lot of ways, I think, if in the right perspective, considering that District 9 was made right after this canceled Halo movie was in development. So really cool stuff. Check it out, District 9, check out the other video. So moving on, 4 Halo games are being ported to the Xbox One. That's the big headline in the past 2 weeks. Now, I haven't covered this until now for a couple different reasons. I think the team is actually working on a video right now, but I did want to talk about this in a podcast here on Halo Club. So yeah, let's read the article. So today, Microsoft and 343 Industries kicked off the 2017 Halo Summer Celebration with a ton of news. Leading things off was the words of Halo 5's 4K upgrade on the Xbox One X, something 343 admitted that it wasn't quite ready to commit to a few weeks ago at E3 in Los Angeles. They called it a true 4K update and promised more information soon. Additionally, 343 said it was working with Microsoft to add 4 legacy Halo games to the Xbox One backwards compatibility list. Titles include Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 4, and Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. All will include their original campaigns and multiplayer modes, and support for LAN play, including play between Xbox One and Xbox 360 devices. Interesting. So I think if I read that correctly, including play between Xbox One and 360, it looks like there will be cross-play. So they also say, as an added bonus, the Xbox Store will offer every 360 Halo add-on map pack for free. Yeah, okay, cool. That's great. Awesome. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be getting the DLC with these, with the return of these games being ported. Now, my instant reaction, my opinion about it, and this isn't like fact by any means, it's just my personal view on it, is coming from a place of confusion and frustration. Now, I don't understand why they don't make Halo into a PC thing. Why don't they put Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 onto PC? And then, in addition, allow people to mod it and mod the hell out of it. If you look at any game, and this is my favorite example, because before I was obsessed with Halo, I was obsessed with Gary's mod and Star Wars. And so one of the greatest things about those two games, Gary's mod and Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PC, is that they are heavily modded. And those games would have died a long time ago if they blocked the modding for it. Think about a game like, if you can't resonate with these games, maybe you might resonate with Grand Theft Auto 5. All right, think about how big the modding community was, even for GTA 4. Now, the reason why those games are still alive today is because they allowed the community to take its own spin on it. And those games have produced so much more money for it. I mean, think if you're a big Steam player, I mean, how many times have you bought a game just because it had mods in it? And the Steam Workshop, all those things pay tribute to making games that are almost going on to 20 years old, still vibrantly alive, being played by hundreds of thousands of people still. And so if we look at Halo in this case, Halo Combat Evolved on PC is modded like crazy, and people are still playing Halo 1 on PC, and it came out in 2001. It's been almost 20 years, going on to 20 years soon, and people are still modding the hell out of it. There's still community interaction. And so what does that do ultimately? When they put Halo onto PC on Windows 10, onto Steam, that makes it possible for the game to make the whole series much more fruitful, much more alive, much more interacted by fans. And so what I'm thinking, and this again is an assumption, all right, Microsoft doesn't want to put Halo 2 Anniversary or Halo 3, especially Halo 3, Halo 4 and Halo 5 onto PC for a big reason, right? And it's because to keep the Xbox exclusive. Now, if that was true, they kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple years ago because they did take a risk by announcing every first-party game is going onto Windows 10. And that was a big way to push the Windows 10, right? I really do think they should not be putting, and I want to even say waste, I almost said wasting their time. 343 Industries, if you're listening to this, I don't think they're actually listening to any of this, but I do think if they just took a leap of faith and put Halo 3 onto PC, it doesn't have to be ODST or 4 or 5, put Halo 3 on PC, make it open, allow people to mod, give us a couple tools to mod, put Halo 3 on Steam, and the game will freaking explode, alright? It will fucking ignite all over. There will be YouTubers, big and small, playing it like crazy. Mods, Halo 3 Firefight, Flood Firefight, Halo 3 Ultimate Forge Mode, Halo 3 Forge World. There will be mods out through this roof, and I've already talked about this before. It was a Halo Club a long time ago, how to fix Halo, and this is one of the biggest things 343 could do. This would absolve them of the whole Halo 3 anniversary. Let us, if you're not going to make anniversary 343 Industries, let us make Halo 3 anniversary. Let us make the texture upgrades and resolutions and the model upgrades. Let us reskin and remodel everything, because if y'all don't have the time to do it, let us do it. and honestly, I haven't really talked a whole lot about this, but I would totally prefer Halo 3 going on to Steam than a Halo 3 anniversary. And how much time does that actually take? Because if I do understand this correctly, well, most games are developed on PC, which would in turn make them available to be on PC, right? And I know there's some functions and some gameplay things that would need to be arranged, but it's not as, you know, I don't know how game development works here specifically, but no way would making Halo 3 Anniversary be less work than making Halo 3 go up on Steam. They've already put Halo Wars 1 on Steam. It's already sold a lot. A lot of people that was not interested in Halo are now playing Halo. They're probably watching videos like this now, making the Halo community grow, making the series more vibrant, making it more possible for cool things like movies and shows to happen more often. So, make Halo 3 go on PC. It would be a smashing success. And I know there's some people out there that think that Halo should stay as exclusive as possible to the Xbox. I don't think so. I think Halo should be an open platform. I think Halo should be available to as many people as possible, because it's not about, you know, it's not about the Xbox, it's about Halo, and it's about what's best for Halo. If Halo was to put on the PlayStation, and I'm probably gonna get crucified for saying this, if Halo gets put on the PlayStation, if Halo gets put on every PC, Mac included, and any other console, hell, why not? Nintendo, right? Then what would that do for Halo? It could, in some ways, have some negative impacts, for sure, but it would also open it to everybody and everything. There's so many games that I would have already made a channel about, probably, if I had a PlayStation, or if I had access to PlayStation games on Xbox. There's this game, I forgot what it was called, like Open Big Planet, or Little Big Planet, I think. That was like a game I really wanted. I still want to play it, and I haven't played it yet, and I would have made videos about it probably if I had access to it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done ranting, but conclusion here, 4 Halo games are ported to the Xbox One, yet none are ported to the PC, where if just Halo 3 was ported to PC, it would have a monumental change to Steam and to gaming overall. I'm so dead serious. There would be so many freaking mods for it. It would be unreal. Alright. Got that off my chest. Halo Gun. Alright. Halo Gun actually was painted and I guess modded a little bit here. Boomco Halo Gun. So the title reads, Halo Gun counts your ammo in the real world. So this is really cool. It's like an assault rifle. So Jim's Beans, it says in the article, lives in our world but not Halo's, but you'd be forgiven for thinking he was packing an actual UNSMC, I don't know why UNSMC, oh, okay, assault rifle, when he when you look at his modified replica gun in action, beginning life as a Boomco Halo rifle, which shoots the company's own take on the Nerf darts. The new paint job looks nice, but the real star here is the working ammo counter. So that's really cool. It doesn't actually explain, I guess it says, which thanks to an IR gate, is able to accurately read every round that flies into the barrel. So I assume how it works is that you load the ammo, and then every time it registers something flying by, it starts counting, and then it presents a number on the screen. So that's really cool. It counts the ammo like a real assault rifle, which, by the way, I think it's also on the battle rifle too. But it's really cool to think that, I don't know, I just like, I really do like how Halo, that was one of the cool things I noticed about Halo 1 when I first played it, was that you could see the ammo on the assault rifle, which was always a cool thing. I love that. So, moving on to some comments here. Now, we don't have a whole lot today, but we got a few ones that I want to mention. So the first one is the Xbox VIP. So he says, for some reason reminds me of the seeds of our own future are sown in our past, line by log. So I absolutely love this. I laughed when I first read this because I talked about Master Chief's seed, because we made a video about can Spartans give birth to children, and can Spartans, like, you know, produce children? Can they have children? So yeah, I talked about Master Chief's seed. So yeah, it was funny. Anyways, L Meister says, me personally, I don't like the Flood coming back because their part of the story is done, and the new story has the foreigners to replace the Flood, but with the community always complaining they had to bring a defeated enemy back, making the first trilogy useless, but it's going to make the main enemy have to work with the humans to defeat the Flood in Halo 6, but Cortana still wants to kill humanity, so that would leave room for Halo 7. So yeah, a little bit clunky there, but I think I got the gist of what he was talking about here. Future reference, use commas and periods. Yeah, so this is something that drives me nuts. When Halo 3 is not useless, or Halo, the original trilogy, is not useless just because, or like, for example, the best example I could give you is Halo 4 is not useless because, as we know, Cortana died, but she came back, right? Would that make Halo 4 useless? No, and here's why. The reason why Halo 4 isn't useless is because something did happen in her death. And a lot of it has to do with the characters changing, Master Chief changing, her getting into the domain. That would not have happened if she didn't die. And so it means that there was something that changed. If Cortana came back and nothing happened in her death, then yeah, it would make it useless. And so we had a lot of comments on the, is Master Chief and Emil related? Emil from Halo Reach. And we have a really popular comment here, Hater Kazmi. I totally called this one. I knew people were gonna comment on this specific thing. So he said, I'm pretty sure Emil was black. Yes, I guess there might be some official documentation out there saying that he was black. So here's the thing. Master Chief, as far as we know, looks like he's Caucasian or Latino. If Master Chief and Emil are completely different races, what does that mean? Does it mean they're not related? No, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so 500 years in the future, the population is 39 billion people compared to today's number here on Earth, which is vastly smaller at 7.3 billion people, which means even though most races on Earth are already linked with each other genetically already, in the future the possibility is so much greater for genetics to differ among close relatives. So basically, when in every time a baby is created, basically, and I'm gonna break this down in very simple terms, and I could be wrong about this or maybe not explaining it the right way, but here's how I see it. Basically, every time two people mate, both their genetics go into the baby, which it's not like all the genetics present themselves right away, but maybe 100 lifelines down the line, there could be a genetic flip, and one of the specific parts of the DNA could present itself much more than the other. So basically, it's very possible, even when there's not a genetic glitch or when it doesn't look proportionate to the races involved, Emil and Chief could be cousins, or cousins removed 2 or 3 or 4 times. So if you watch the whole video, you'll see that the likelihood of them being related is like 99.9999%, although it could also be a coincidence. So, I mean, even without the genetic glitch, they could be great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather related, something like that. So, moving on. What are we supposed to learn from Halo as a series? So this was a Reddit post on our Halo story, and he says, what is the morals in your opinion? And BlowBlowGoGo says, just a funny name, I love his comment, so we're gonna be jumping into this. I haven't read all of it, but I did like the first half. So he says, tenacity, that's the core here in Halo. That was always there since day number 1. No matter how overwhelming your odds are, no matter how strong your enemy is, no matter how outnumbered or outmatched you are, you keep fighting. Humanity is at its best when we're fighting together, when we don't run away and hide and wait for shit to blow over. If our houses are knocked down, we'll rebuild it again. Locke said it best. We are all tenacious. We fight, we live or die with a fight. Reach fell. Did we give up? No. We lost, we won, we lost again, but we won, we did it, and we'll win again. Everybody in the series represents that, especially Chief. Tenacity is the biggest theme for Halo. Not giving up is the moral for me, among other important themes here. Yeah, and I totally agree with that. That was a wonderful execution and explanation of what the moral looks to be in Halo. I would like an official statement telling us officially what the writers think Halo's moral is, but it looks like, it really does look like that is the keynote of Halo. Tenacity, it's that vigilance of not giving up, that resilience that humans have, and resilience, you know, beats all, you know, if you keep trying. And especially with the Spartans really did serve a huge support, moral support for most of the people that died in the war, Marines, right? And so, yeah, I mean, really, they are like this leader unit that really does give everyone hope. So yeah, it's like that that working together, that tenacity. So, and then there was another comment: don't give your IP to a new developer, and I laughed about that one. So moving on, Installation 01 was blessed by 343 Industries, it appears. So let me go ahead and read the quote. Project manager and lead, Church, I think, at Installation 01 in the development for the game. Installation 01 has been maintaining a level of contact with 343 Industries over the past several months. We initially reached out to a company representative and spoke with him about getting into contact with Microsoft and 343's legal department to answer a few inquiries we had about the legality of our project. This representative has acted as a kind liaison between our team and 343 since then, and we have maintained a level of transparency with 343 Industries through our contact regarding Installation 01's plans, the scope of the project, our goals, and how we as a team aim to meet and support these goals long term. He continues, over the past few months, we've shared details of our development plans with 343, our release schedule, planned content, and more. Up until very recently, this was a very one-way street, with us sending them information and them thanking us, maintaining contact, and keeping them informed. This changed recently. 343 Industries gave us an opportunity to participate in a call with a few company higher-ups and to engage in a meet and greet and involved discussion about the future of our project. They also gave us an opportunity to ask a lot of questions about the ongoing legal status of our project. We are happy to announce that the outcome of the call was both incredibly informational and very positive. Through these interactions, we have ensured that Installation 01 is not under imminent legal threat, provided we remain non-commercial in the nature and scope, and we continue to follow Installation 01, follow Microsoft's game content usage rules to the letter. My bad. We will now be able to say that with certainty Installation 01 will never be accepting donations. We will also never be selling Installation 01 or Halo related merchandise. This is to keep a respectful distance between us and Microsoft's intellectual property. It is also important to note that these rules and assurances from 343 are specific to Installation 01 as a project, and should not be interpreted to apply elsewhere. Through ongoing communication with 343 Industries, we hope that we as a fan project can continue to be a positive driving force within the Halo community. So yeah, that was a lot of stuff, but I'm happy that we read over it because that looks really cool. It looks really cool for, it's great for a couple reasons. And the very first one is that Installation 1 is officially approved. We've had problems as the Halo community in the past, maybe even back in the Bungie days too, because I feel like Bungie and Microsoft, there was much more restrictions there. But it seems that, you know, there's been a few projects that have been canceled, I believe, by Microsoft, but it's great to see that 343 Industries is allowing these projects, of course, Microsoft too, since they are, of course, the company that owns it. So yeah, it's great that they are approving of this project. It's great that Installation 01, a Halo game, is being approved by all this. I think that's great because it makes people more optimistic about making their own content. It makes people more optimistic of making their own videos too, you know, anything related with Halo. I know I've been making a lot of Halo animations recently, and stuff like that, you know, makes me a little bit nervous. Should I be doing this, you know? And so, yeah, and it looks like it's completely okay, although he said, you know, it doesn't apply anywhere else. So, yeah, if you're making your own Halo game, I would go have a talk with 343 themselves. But no, this is great for Installation 01. I'm really glad for the team. I'm great that they are getting not shut down or any of that stuff, and that they've been keeping contact with 343. But anyways, guys, that is about it. We've covered quite a lot today. We talked about that Halo coming to Xbox One. What do you think about that? Do you think Halo 3 should come to PC or stay on the Xbox One and X? And also, what do you think about the Boomco upgraded Nerf gun? In my opinion, I think they should have some really cool upgraded Nerf guns. I would buy a legitimate BB gun or Nerf gun if they had them for sale. Everyone keeps modding these Nerf guns to being much better than they are sold as, and there was some not so good ratings on the Boomco guns. They don't shoot that well, and sometimes they get jammed like all Nerf guns. So I think if they came out with some more legitimate hardcore Nerf guns or BB guns, I would definitely be in the market to buy one of those. And also, what do you think is the moral of the story? What do you think we're meant to learn in Halo as a series overall? And I think that's a very interesting discussion. But also, Neill Blomkamp, we talked about how he would be open to it, but hasn't been asked. And Frank O'Connor would also be open to working with him again. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video again. We're so close to 500,000 subscribers. We couldn't have done it without you guys. And I'm just so thankful for these 6 years, past 6 years and a half, or going on to a half rather. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop this video a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next Halo Club or video. Peace.